The idea of throwing radioactive seaweed at Tory politicians had never really crossed my mind until I played this satirical release from Taskset. The Polytikians have landed and have taken over the cabinet. Only you, Radium Rodney, know about this, and so you rush down to Rottaway Beach. Once there, you collect the radioactive seaweed washed up by the waves and take it back to 10 Downing Street to throw it at the politicians. Probably the most random game from the brilliant mind of Tony Gibson. Tony was a true pioneer in the gaming world. Although not as prolific, he was up there with the likes of Jeff Minter in terms of having his own distinct style that went against the grain of the usual arcade conversions and games of the day. In Tony's case, it was his political and wacky topical themes that could be found within his games. Starting out at Taskset, Tony was instrumental in the early days, with creations such as Jammin', Bozo's Night Out, and Seaside Special, all of which had a particular message for game players. Seaside Special caused a bit of controversy, where you would throw radioactive seaweed at politicians, or Polytikians as the game would say, at number 10 Downing Street as part of one of the screens. The game itself consists of just 2 different screens of action, the beach and 10 Downing Street. Collecting the seaweed at the beach is fairly easy at first, but increases in difficulty rapidly on higher levels. There are rocks and clams for you to dodge, but they're the least of your problems. A guard has been posted on the beach and fires whenever you get near him, while vicious jellyfish attempt to sting you. Later, there's a rather persistent seagull, crabs to nip your toes, and some devious sandpits to sink into. Meanwhile, the tide keeps coming in, and after a while, this causes the sandpits to become invisible. The sea itself is radioactive, as is the seaweed, and contact with either for too long proves fatal. Staying to collect too much seaweed takes its toll as the radiation level, shown on the dosimeter, climbs to a dangerous peak. After collecting at least 10 pieces of seaweed, you can move off the bottom of the screen to Downing Street. In this scene, you must throw the previously collected seaweed at the various members of the cabinet. This bit is basically a simple shoot 'em up. The politicians' faces appear at one of the Downing Street windows, and you have a short time to move underneath and fire, while dodging cruise missiles, banana skins, and various other objects hurled at you. Each one of the 5 Polytikians must be hit 5 times, and then Margaret Thatcher appears, who was the first female British Prime Minister and the longest serving of the 20th century. If you can hit her 5 times, which isn't exactly easy, I'm afraid it's back to the beginning with no apparent differences. What's more, if you persevere through to the second demise of Maggie and co, the programme decides you've done well enough and stops the game, revealing your score and how many Polytikians you've killed. The graphics in general were good, if a little fuzzy around the edges. The backgrounds were superbly drawn, and even though the sea made realistic wave noises as it moved in and out, graphically it was certainly not fantastic. The sound was sparse, apart from the rushing of the waves and clips of "Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside" when and if you die. One thing that stands out in Seaside Special is the impressive lampooning of the Tory cabinet. These are all wicked portrayals of the real-life equivalents, and it looks as if Taskset were doing for computers what Spitting Image did for television. Former members of Parliament, Geoffrey Howe, Nigel Lawson and Keith Joseph were there, as well as a rather piggish-looking Margaret Thatcher herself, but the best of the lot is Norman Tebbit, who's quite unmistakable. Overall, this is an addictive, good-humoured and sometimes very frustrating game, but I know fans of the Taskset games will love it. I know I do. I think I originally had this on the awesome August Press 30 Games compilation, and hopefully I'll eventually get all of these games covered, so be sure to check out the playlists as games are released daily on the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. What did you think of Seaside Special? Hit the like button and please be sure to let me know your experiences in the comment section. It's always great to read everyone's feedback on these classic titles, and this game will forever be in my heart, as such a game. Also, if you're enjoying the Commodore nostalgia, then please do consider subscribing to the channel and following me on this epic journey down memory lane. You never know, the next game we look at might just be your all-time favourite. Hopefully, I'll see you all there. Until then, bye for now.
I do like to be beside the sea.